Math 76, Lesson 47, Subtracting Mixed Numbers with Regrouping, Part 1. So, we've already done whole numbers subtracting mixed numbers. Now we're doing mixed numbers subtracting mixed numbers. Now, the regrouping part is going to be the part that changes for us slightly. In the past, when we had something like 4 minus 1 and 2/3, there wouldn't have been a fraction next to it. It wouldn't have been 4 and 1/3. So what that changes for us is the regrouping part. So we know that 1/3 cannot subtract 2/3. So we're going to have to regroup this 4. We'll write it as a 3, and then we have to put 3/3 over here. But the problem is we already have 1/3. So the way to accurately add this value of 1 that we're regrouping as 3/3 is we add it to the existing fraction to find out what the new fraction is going to be. So before we subtract, we have to add this number 1 that we regrouped. So 1/3 plus 3/3 gives me the improper fraction of 4/3. Once I have that, then I can go ahead and subtract the 2/3 over here, which I'm just sliding over. From there, 4/3 minus 2/3 gives me 2/3. From there, I've subtracted the fractions. Now all I need to do is subtract the whole numbers. 3 minus 1 gives me 2. So my final answer is going to be 2 and 2/3. So it's very similar to what we've already been doing. The only difference is when you regroup, you don't just write 3/3 here. We have to add our value of 1 to our existing fraction. We'll go ahead and do this one more time for practice. This is probably going to be a short video because this is a pretty simple lesson. There's a nice little story in the book about a waiter removing pies from a shelf that explains the same concept, but I think with the slow increments we've been building up to this, I don't think that's very necessary at this point. So let's go ahead and look at this new problem. We have 3 and 2/5 minus 2 and 3/5, and again the problem is 2 is not big enough to subtract the 3. So I'm going to have to, well, the 2/5 is not big enough to subtract the 3/5. So I'm going to have to regroup this 3 into a 2, and then I rewrite that 1 with a denominator of 5 and a numerator of 5. So I take this 5/5, I add it to my existing fraction. 2/5 plus 5/5 gives me 7/5, and then I can subtract the 3/5. 7/5 minus 3/5 gives me 4/5. And then I do 2 minus 2, which gives me 0. So my final answer is just going to be 4/5. Let me see here. Is there anything else that... Nope, that's it for this lesson. If you have any questions, let me know on the school website, and I will see you in class.